Hey, it's your boy, the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for pulling up once again. So today, I'm talking about ZCash. ZCash has been completely going bananas. I have been watching it for a while because it made one of my favorite patterns. If you're new here, I use triangle patterns and Fibonacci to look for buying opportunities in the futures market and also other opportunities in as far as buying the coins. Okay. So let's hop over to the chart and actually check this one out. So ZCash. Now ZCash has created this triangle pattern here. Okay. And the reason why I love these triangle patterns, especially when utilizing futures, is because I know where the turning points are. And anybody that's knows anything about crypto futures, it doesn't really take much to make a lot of money. You just have to understand where the turning points are, where the market is going to turn around. And in the case of Zcash, it's very obvious where the market can turn around. I actually made this triangle pattern, charted this several months ago. I did take a few trades, but I wish I had held on to them a lot longer, obviously, because this right here is insane. So now as far as Zcash, now let me just give you all some game, okay, for the people that are new here. If you want to figure out what the top of a market is, you can head over to what we call Google Trends. Okay, Google Trends, and this is the search, right? The YouTube search of where people are searching, right, for it. So as you can see, Zcash topped out. Okay, it topped out on October 11th, and then the search volume started to come down. Okay, so if we actually come over here to the chart. Okay, this is the monthly, so I'm gonna go down to the daily. And if we find October 11th is right here. Okay, so this was the peak right here on October 11th, and you can match it up to the search volume. Now it's starting to come down. So with Zcash, most likely what we'll have is a pullback, and this is actually an M pattern, what they call M. Yesterday I talked about W's. This is actually an M pattern. M like the letter M for Mary. So we'll probably see a move like this, okay, back into this area. And, it pretty much, you can see it starting to come down, right? So one of the greatest times to get into any of these is when they are under the number 25, and then get out once it reaches 100, because once it reaches 100, that's when the dumb money comes in, right? So you have a lot of people that actually bought in up here. Now they may be close to break even. They may think that it's going to break higher, but most likely it's going to come down some. We're going to have a retracement from here. Okay. So with that being said, as far as this, for me, for futures trading, I won't be taking advantage of this because I only trade certain patterns like this right here. Because again, I know where it turns around, and I know where it, like the areas. These areas are important for entries. Okay, so I like this candle drop down. This is all I need, and for it to come back up, and then I'm in profit, right? So personally, I think that we're going to have a retracement on this. So like, let's just say, for example, let me get the Fibonacci out, and let me put the Fibonacci back into its natural state. So on this, we could see a 50% retracement back down to $70, but it really depends. And I was just checking out this Trading View article. Zcash surged 75% in 2 months, exceeding $270, fueled by growing interest in its privacy features and zero knowledge proofs. Okay, Zcash explodes 750% quarterly, while Solana developer ties it to Satoshi. That's bullshit. Key facts: Zcash predictions for 2025 range from $108.87 to $326.61. Barry Silbert questions BlackRock ETF plans. Okay, so what normally happens, or what I've been seeing happening, especially with this supposed bull run that we're supposed to be in, or was it supposed to be coming October and all that, it's been individual coins, right? Like, so during the pandemic, we were so used to just everything going up, right? But these things have been individually going crazy, right? Just individually, not all of them, right? So if I go through the majority of these altcoins, right, the majority of them are, let me see, what is this? This is the monthly. Let me go to the daily. So one thing that I don't like about a lot of the altcoins right now, they're all making the same pattern. So you see this pattern right here? They're all making this pattern. See right here, right here. And I can literally just go through all of them and you'll see the same pattern or a similar pattern. What's this? Decentraland, right? See it right here? Here's another one. Here's another one. XLM. Here's another one. Render. There's another one. SUI. There's another one. XRP. There's another one. HBAR. There's another one. Right? Solana, not so. Again, Sandbox. There's another one. AOS. There's another one. Internet Computer. There's another one. But when you look at ZCash, it's not the same pattern. Not even close. Right? So this kind of makes me wonder, in addition to the manipulation, that there's something else going on, and we're all looking for the bull run for everything, and we may not see that because, again, this is a different time, right? This isn't the pandemic where everybody had money, everybody was buying everything. This is totally different. Okay, this is straight institutional, straight insider trading going on. This is just something that is just totally different. We're going to have a pullback on Zcash. We could have a pullback to the 50, to the 618, or we could have a pullback to the 23.6, followed by another move up. Now, long term, this thing always use the 141. It could get to $1,000 easy. Okay, now I know a lot of people are skeptical about this, so let me just give you the example that I talked about or that I showed in my previous videos. Is the example of these triangle patterns and how when they break out. See right here, I said it was going to go to the 141 Solana, and that was when Solana was, at that point, Solana was $196, and then it shot up, went straight to the 141, $251.78. Okay, so with Zcash, we could possibly see that. Now, for me, I don't buy on tops like this. I just wait for a pullback. I wait for the market to show me his hand, and then I take advantage of that, whether it's in the futures market or actually picking up the exact coins. Now, heading over to coin market cap, the market cap is up about a little bit over 1%. The volume is up 40% in the past 24 hours. Okay, now definitely measure twice, cut once. This is not financial advice, but you got to be patient and let the market expose itself, especially if you're trading crypto futures. You want it to expose itself so that way you have a higher chance of, not getting stopped out or having a higher chance of, being in the money. Right. So I appreciate you all tapping in. It's definitely something that I wish I would have took more advantage of. Again, I saw this triangle pattern months ago, but I was, looking at multiple cryptos that were creating triangle patterns like Zebek Network, XLM, XRP. There were several others that were creating the same pattern. So I just took advantage of the ones where I could take the least amount of money and maximize it and make more money, if that makes sense. But again, it's the Crypto Goon. It's the number one, never the two. I appreciate all my goons. Crypto Goon out.